7-year-old Irish sports horse jumping around 1 metre 10 classes. Today we're just going to show you a little bit about how we train him and to try and get him so he's waiting for the rider and not just charging off at 100 miles an hour. We'll just start off by working the horse in at the trot. Back away there, Ben, please. As you can see, we're working the horse not too forwards, keeping the horse so he's waiting all the time. We're not over pushing the step and pressing him out too much, just nice and quiet, and letting him sit in the bridle nice and quietly and relaxed. If the horse is struggling to maintain the shape, maybe put a running rein, a draw rein on him, and don't be afraid there just to use that to begin with. We're just going to ride a few transitions now, back to walk and then back to halt, just to train the horse so he's always thinking about coming back to you as opposed to going forwards. Horses like these will never struggle to make distance and you'll never struggle to get there. You're always training them to wait for you. Just give him a pat on the neck there. Don't be afraid, Ben, just to make him wait there a bit longer. Pat him on the neck now. Good. Then we just walk on again. Keep it nice and relaxed and the horse relaxed. You get the best jump and the best ability out of the horse if he's not uptight and if he's nice and relaxed. Okay, Ben, we'll trot on again, please, now. Ride that transition a couple more times, Ben. Back up to the trot. You can do this for a good 10-15 minutes or so. Take plenty of time. And then we'll work the other side of him briefly. If you feel the horse is getting too quick on you and starting to move away, just pull up. Pat him on the neck. Pull up, Ben, just come back a little bit quicker there to walk. Just do that one more time, up the canter, nice and level. If you feel he's getting a bit full with you, just come back to walk. So now we're ready, we've worked the trot, we've worked the canter, the horse is nice and light in your hands and he's waiting for you in the trot and the canter. We're ready to start having a jump. Now for training these type of sharp horses at home, you needn't train them all the time around courses and allow them to get more open and more away from you. It's quite often a good idea just to train over one single fence and get the horse so he's waiting for you, so he's not running off to the fence and he's not running away from the fence afterwards. And we're just going to start with a couple of very simple, easy cross poles. And again, we're going to just sit on the canter, on the step, and make the horse wait. If the horse starts to run and pull to the fence, we're just going to gently pull up, make him stand, pat him on the neck, and then turn right to the fence, again stop, pat him on the neck, turn away from the fence, and we'll come again until the horse comes in a nice relaxed fashion. So Ben, when you're ready, we'll pick up canter and just have a nice ride for this. He starts the pull, the procedure. Again, we're going walk to canter. We're just waiting. Again, just waiting when we land. The horse is starting to run when you land. You can always land and pull up. And just this time, I know it wasn't running, but just to demonstrate on the video, you can perhaps come and jump the fence, and when you land, you pull up nicely. Up there, make him wait, pat him on the neck. So horses like this, unlike a colder type of horse to ride, you'll never struggle with them to go forward. So you always train them to wait for you. Come again, Ben. What we'll do now is we're just going to pull this horse up next time in half the distance from the jump to the end of the school. Just pull up Ben a bit more aggressively this time, please, for us. Again, once the horse has stood there and waited, and he's soft, just pat him on the neck. Okay, come back, we'll do the same thing, please, Ben, the other side. Of the other rein. Let him stand there, bridle up, and we'll pat him on the neck. Come again, Ben, and we'll just pull up half the distance again, please. See now the horse is starting to pull up and just wait for the rider. And now when we go in the ring, rather than the horse jumping the fence and running off with the rider, he'll be waiting to be pulled up, and you can then just gently keep the canter going. And we're just going to come and jump the fence then, just keep cantering nice and level. Step up again, walk to canter, the horse nice and soft. Waiting there, not pulling as he lands. Just come now, pull up again, and we'll pat him on the neck. We're now going to progress to jumping a little upright, maybe an oxer. Even though the horse is jumping 110 classes at shows, you don't really need to jump in much more than about 90 centimetres at home. The purpose of this exercise is to put a bit of shape in the horse and to stop him from rolling on and getting too quick. We're just going to come Ben and jump this please. Again, step up nicely, walk to canter, keep him in the shape, jump the fence and then just pull up again and pat him on the neck. And we've just given the horse a little bit of ground line here at the fence just to again help him maintain a little bit of shape. You can just see there the horse again just starting to just run a bit after the fence, so again we're pulling up. We'll just do that again. Pull up a bit quicker Ben this time please. We'll just pull up a little bit quicker this time please Ben. Whoa now. We just bridle the horse, stand there patiently for a few seconds, pat him on the neck, just stand there, make him wait there for a minute. The other thing that you can do is you could ask the horse at this point, if you so wish, to rein back a few steps. Just so again he's thinking about going, waiting and going, not running off and getting too forwards with you. Again now just walk on gently, nice and soft, good. Cut. The next thing that you can do, I wouldn't suggest doing this with Sawyer, but probably with Chillie. Again, keep the fence nice and small, 90 centimetres or so, and put some V-rails on there. All you need is 2 poles, and just rake them at an angle, and all that does is again just encourage the horse to make a better shape over the fence and to punch the floor. Start with them quite open. You can even start with them like this if you so wish, just to help keep them straight and keep a bit of shape in them. This particular horse we can have them reasonably close to begin with, and we can end up with them actually crossed over at the end. To start with, we'll start like this. Same principle again, we step up, walk to canter, sit on the step or the short step canter, and just sit quietly all the way to the bottom of the fence if you can. You can see there how it just makes the horse use his shoulder a bit more. And if you wanted to be critical of this particular horse, he will be a bit slow in his shoulder. So this is good exercise to do. Another exercise you can do is you could do a line of bounces, 3 yards in between. So we'll just do this a couple more times and then we'll show you the bounce exercise. Ben, if you'd like to come to this again, please. Just see if you wanted to be a bit critical there, Ben's let that horse fall on his head and run a few strides before he pulled him up. Could have pulled him up maybe a fraction earlier then. That's better on the landing.
Go on, speak about it.
This is a bounce. We'll start with 2 fences to begin with. You can add further fences as you go. We'll start with 2 fences to begin with. We used to do this regularly with Chillie, and you can end up with 4 or 5 of these fences with her, and it just keeps her punching the floor and stepping through from behind. And you want to have about 3 yards distance in between. So look, 1, 2, 3, a good 3 paces. Obviously if you start building it bigger, you want to maybe extend the distance a little bit. But to begin with, for cross poles like that, distance should be fine. We'll just demonstrate riding through these with Ben just to begin with. Another good point to note with this exercise, particularly if you do it with the cross poles, it really helps to keep the horses in a nice straight line and keep them going straight. So when you get to your shows and you're going down your related distances and your combinations, the horses will keep going straight with you. Ben, if you just like to step up, walk the canter and just come round and just jump through that, please. The horse there just wasn't quite sure, I would have said on the first part. So we'll just come and jump through that again and a couple more times to keep him confident. It's quite a hard and strenuous exercise for your horses, so once you've got maybe 4 or 5 of these bounces laid out, it's not something you want to be doing 100 times. 4 or 5 times a go would be enough for a horse, particularly in the heat. Again, the horse just get a little bit quick, so we just pull up there, just then pat him on the neck, just let him stand there. Don't forget to work both sides of the horse. So we've worked the right side of him coming to that. We're going to come back now the other way off the left side. One more time for that, I think. See this horse now, he's just starting to open out a little bit with his head in front, which is not really ideal. Normally we would now start thinking about putting a draw rein on this horse just to train him and help him maintain the shape. As you can see, we're now adding a third part element to this. And as I say, you can go on, this is a very small school here, but you can actually go on and add 4 or 5 of these to the bounce, to the grid if you so wish. And you may think that this is a bit disjointed, bearing in mind at the show you're going to jump around a set of fences, but believe you me, if you do this a few times, the horse will wait for you. The other thing you can do, you can change this around once you're going through there and start to make some of these into uprights. Start with the cross pole still at the beginning. You can even do it if you like with no ground line. If you put ground line in, it will help it and make it a bit easier for the horse. And I would suggest probably to start with the ground line. If you really want to sharpen one up, you can take the ground line away like we're doing here now. Keep it nice and small. Particularly find with these exercises that you'll notice the improvement in the horse more the next day when you bring the horse out. It should be sharper in its jump.
Tend to speak up.
We'll just do that one more time.
Speak up.
Margie, I'd suggest maybe if you try this a few times and then send me some video back, maybe of Chillie doing this in particular, and and then we can have a look at the video and try and give you a few more pointers in what way to go. But if we start down this road to begin with, and hopefully then you'll get a bit more managed so she's not running off with you quite so much, and she's getting a bit more shape in there. Okay? Thank you, Ben. That'll do him for today.